What's up, Ned heads? Welcome back to another episode of the Neds Declassified podcast. I'm Jacob, and here with my boy.
This is Kirk. Yes, excited to be back again, just fresh off the Halloween episode. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, happy Halloween. This should be coming out like this week that we're recording, basically like the last week of October.
I think it probably will be. And so back to kind of less seasonal topics this episode.
Yeah, definitely not. Back to random.
Yes, but I mean, first initial impressions, what do you think? Decent episodes or what?
Yeah, it was pretty good, you know? It was definitely one that I had seen like so many times growing up. Like this was one that they reran a lot. I don't know why, but they did.
yeah, I felt like definitely like I could see it coming the entire time.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay too close attention. Though sometimes there was little things that we caught that were good things to have caught. Yeah,
there were some interesting things. I could think of one from the second half. But yeah, it was art classes / lost and found.
Yeah, we can start with just
two D's topics.
Yeah.
You know,
it starts off kind of talking about abstract art. Now, the art teacher, this is the first time we've seen the art teacher character addressed. He's kind of like an Andy Warhol like
type guy, yeah. German. He says 9 at one point.
9. Yeah, he's got like fisherman glasses is the only way I can describe those.
Yeah, or like Lenny Kravitz style maybe.
Lenny Kravitz style. Yeah.
Yeah, like early 2000s Lenny Kravitz.
Pseudo woman's glasses.
Yeah.
Like
he's got like a short little like gray bob, like silver bob.
Oh yeah, his hair is very strange. It's like you said, it's like a little silver gumdrop haircut, and then he's got like a Nehru suit. He's dressed like a supervillain.
It's pretty cool. It's a kind of a sweet look. Ned dresses up like that later on.
Yeah, except Ned has a little goatee thing.
Yeah, he does. He has the little fucking what's it called? The soul patch.
I don't think we caught the art teacher's name once during the episode.
No,
I don't know what.
I don't think they say.
I don't know what to call him, but he also reminded me of the person from The Incredibles that designs the clothes.
Oh yeah,
a little bit. Obviously that.
Yeah, that's good too. Oh yeah, what are you drinking? I just saw your glass.
I've got a amaretto sour here, one of my favorite cocktails here. It's just some amaretto, some bourbon, some lemon juice, egg white.
Nice.
Classic. Very good. What have you got?
I'm just finishing up the Coppertail lager, the Bucks one.
Nice.
That's what I was drinking while we were watching, and then I'm about to drink. I don't think I've had it on Ned Pod, but I've had one of these already. The Big Storm Oktoberfest Marzen Lager.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love an Oktoberfest brew. They always have a lot of flavor.
Mm-hmm. They definitely do, yeah.
One of Ned's tips is, like, if you're going to be doing art stuff, go smock. Like,
yeah.
Because you're going to get messy if you're doing certain
You're going to be messy.
If you're doing sculpting, if you're doing painting, which Mose doesn't like to do either of those.
No, I'm surprised she didn't just do, like, woodworking, because that's art.
What the fuck? Literally, what the fuck happened to woodworking in Mose and Chop Saw? Did Chop Saw finally get killed in some sort of an accident and they had to cut the woodworking program at the school?
Well, I mean, it would be on par, you know, because they are trying to cut the art classes in this episode.
Yeah, but that's
budget cuts.
That's budgetary reasons, so that's not because the art teacher got, maimed in some sort of a...
Yeah. This is taking place during the start of the recession, too, right? So that makes sense that the budget cuts are happening.
No, it's a little bit early.
Yeah, for sure.
This is not 2008.
Didn't it start in, like, late 2007?
I guess it depends who you ask.
Carried over? It does depend. You got to watch The Big Short again to find out.
Yeah.
That fucking movie. I mean, okay, yeah, so this aired 2006. Yeah, I guess it hadn't quite happened. Everybody was living on a high, actually, at this point.
Good times.
Everybody was like, let's buy houses, bitch.
Good times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then Ned paints a naked lady. What he claims to not be a naked lady. So here's a question. Do you think that Ned is being subversive the whole episode? He's like, this isn't a naked lady, when really he knows it was a naked lady. He's just claiming it isn't.
I think that
Ned's pure. Ned's innocent.
I think he's pure, and I think he did not mean to do it. I have to believe that.
He was just squiggling lines, and
he was so true.
His hand wanted it to be a naked lady. His mind didn't.
It did. Yeah.
Those things happen.
Well, maybe at the back of his mind somewhere.
It was subconscious. Exactly.
His deepest desires. Yeah, very Freudian.
He actually drew his mother naked.
Ned, that's your mom. What?
Damn, Ned, what the hell's wrong with you?
Gordy says that. Gordy comes through. He's like, oh, shit.
He's like, I know that naked body, Ned.
Ned, I'm your father.
That's how he tells him. Wow, what a turn of events.
But yeah, Mose gets pushed to photography, which is, I guess fine. Photography is a good time.
Yeah,
but
the art
I don't know
teacher's
if that's her passion.
There's alternate forms of art. You could take the picture. Here's the photograph, camera. And
I think he just wanted her away. He's like, you get out. He could tell she didn't have the artist touch.
Yeah, she's a lost cause. She's there to get a grade.
Although, with woodworking, like she was really good at it.
She had true potential. She had, skill and potential, and it's a shame that it got squashed. I don't. Rest in peace, maybe Chopsaw.
Well, maybe he went back to Nam.
He re-enlisted, you think? A 65-year-old
No, he just
man?
left. He just went
to
live out the glory days.
Yeah, he's like Rambo, like when Rambo's on a farm and they have to come and get him, take him out every time.
I've only seen the first Rambo, when he's in like Seattle or not Seattle, but like like Oregon or wherever the fuck he's at.
The second one is all right.
Yeah, is that one the one that take place back in the war zone?
I think it's like he goes to like Afghanistan or something.
Okay,
that's either the second or third one. That might be the third one. I don't.
He's a part of Operation Desert Storm.
I'm really gonna mix up. I've only seen him like once.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, there's a drama about the art funding. Always art funding is in jeopardy. So, this episode, the teacher is very upfront with the students about it. He's not trying to hide it. He's just like, listen, guys, $20,000 short. They're gonna cut the art class if we can't come up with $20,000, which is weird. Is this school funded by like the mafia?
Well,
or is that how?
I mean,
is that really?
I'm not.
Anybody out there work on school budgets?
I mean, schools do a lot of fundraisers, So,
Sure.
like, I guess any way they can get a profit, that's what they're going for.
Well, yeah. You'd think that they would be more on top of the fundraising.
No shot. No, they're terrible with it.
Yeah, they did that car wash. That was a wash, literally.
Yeah, they did the recycling thing, which I'm not 100% sure. Was that a fundraiser?
That wasn't a fundraiser. That was just
They were just trying to win a bike, right?
Yeah, it was a very superficial contest.
That was just a thing they did. Yeah, their fundraisers have not gone well.
But yeah.
At least the one.
Yeah, he's freaking out. He's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to borrow the money? Is anybody here have... He asked the students. He's like, do you have $20,000? Do you have $20,000? Nobody has $20,000.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. I'm going to have to become a prostitute.
He does say that he's volunteering his time too as an art teacher, so maybe he's not getting paid.
He's a fully just a loser man. Or maybe he's the most pure saint.
He just wants to teach, even though like it seems like he doesn't want to spend any time with the kids.
He's conflicted, but a lot of the teachers at this school have that dynamic. To be fair,
none of them want to be there,
and that's probably true to life.
Well. Maybe. Sweeney seems like he has a little bit more passion.
He has good days and bad days. Maybe he has something something wrong with him. Maybe he's in a lot of pain sometimes, and he takes it out on the kids.
Maybe he's got like severe back pain. You're like, oh man, that actually kind of sucks.
Yeah, probably.
He's debilitated.
Ned claims not to be an artist. He says, "I thought it would be good." He's like, "I'm not an artist. I'm a pornographer."
That'd be a bold thing for him to say.
He didn't say that.
No.
We find out Cookie's little thing with art class is that he likes to make his Christmas presents during art class.
Yeah, he likes to make key bowls.
Whatever the...
It's like a little dish. You throw your keys and like change in it. It's like a change bowl, really.
I mean, yeah. Right. And he must have a lot of relatives. I mean, he ends up creating a factory of slaves creating key bowls.
He makes 40 of them.
He needs 40.
He wants 40 of them.
40 is the number. He's got 40 orders to fill.
And I used to think that I didn't know that they were saying key bowls back then. I thought they were saying Keebler because like they're little Keebler, like they're like little Keebler elves, Yeah,
we're making key bowls. No, yeah, I had the subtitles on, so I saw that they said key bowls. That's the only reason I knew what they were saying.
I feel like it wasn't until this viewing where I was like, "Oh, a key bowl." Gotcha, because they say it so quick so much of the time.
It's I don't know if it's like
especially Palmer Noyd,
Yeah, we have the triumphant return of 6th grader Palmer Noyd.
He's still a 6th grader somehow, even though it's the next year.
That's why I was wondering, are they 7th graders or 6th graders?
They say 6th graders specifically.
Okay, they do say 6th grade, and they have to be 6th grade. I mean, they're elf-like.
Maybe he was a 5th grader in the other episode. I don't remember.
They're the smallest kids you ever seen.
They're so tiny, and they're dressed like elves.
He gives them all outfits, so they don't soil their clothes with the soot and such from creating.
Yeah. They never show the kiln though.
It is a sweatshop. They must be hot in there with the kiln.
Where's the kiln though? They don't show the kiln.
Maybe they have to have a teacher operate the kiln for them.
The teacher's just firing 40 key balls.
They have like a troll. He's like a troll. He's like Danny DeVito looking person.
Yeah, he's got a long nose, a long spindly nose.
He's just covered in sweat. He's got a yellowed, wife beater on. And he's like,
enormous forearms though.
Into a thing like it's a train. The teacher, whatever his name is, he comes up with the idea that they're going to put the naked lady picture up on the auction.
He always says naked
lady. And Mr. Wright is in this episode. He's a fucking loser in this episode, man. He's a fraud. He's a fair weather art supporter, but he's very concerned with conservative backlash, and he comes off
conservative values
as himself. But I think it is more fear of the backlash, and just no spine to stand up to it at all.
Yeah. And they're in California. I'm surprised they weren't.
True.
They weren't.
Maybe they're in one of those pocket areas that's very, very conservative.
Like NorCal.
I don't.
You think they're in NorCal
I don't think
somewhere?
it's North Cal. I don't think that's the.
It's just Desert Cal, Des Cal.
Yeah, it's like whatever part is
on the other side of the hills.
I don't know. I think that Mr. Wright thinks that the picture that Ned drew is hot, and he's like.
You think so?
I think he gets turned on by it, and that's why he keeps having to cover it up.
He even steals it and throws it in the trophy case. You find that out later.
Oh yeah, no, he does put it on display for everybody secretly.
Yeah,
that's after he's changed his tune.
Well, he doesn't say that he does until the end when he reveals that he apparently all this was like a plan.
Bro, he's a fucking politician. He waits until the right moment and then he changes his tune right then.
Yeah.
Moses basically becomes a paparazzi photographer.
She does. Also very California of her.
True. She could go to the hills and take pictures of like celeb nip slips.
Yeah, this was like during like peak paparazzi photographs too, like when people were like hunting down like Britney Spears and like Paris Hilton and shit. You know?
Yeah, there was no fappening. There was no internet really in the same way.
The fappening, I forgot about that. That's a fucking throwback, dude.
The guy, the teacher says artists must suffer. That's why they call it painting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and they do. Artists do suffer. Artists are always
cutting
each other's ears off and shit.
Their own,
you know.
Yeah, and this is because Ned is like, oh, my life, blah, blah, blah. I drew this stupid picture, and now everything. Why doesn't Ned just destroy the picture, first of all? Like, he has the ability to do that, too, doesn't he?
Well, he doesn't want to, because he's trying to... It's like...
It's principle.
Like that episode of Seinfeld, when, like, when Elaine is trying to... Or no, it's Elaine's boss is trying to look at the photo and see, like, with the actual image, unfocus his eyes. He's, like, obsessed with it. I think Ned is actually secretly obsessed with trying to find the naked lady in the painting.
Don't they do that same gag in Mallrats?
Maybe. Do they?
Where there's like
I haven't seen Mallrats in so long.
where he's like looking at the painting.
Well, it wasn't the same type because I think that was a pretty big craze in the 90s.
It's the same sort of thing where you gotta like
those like digital paintings, whatever the fuck they are.
Something like that. I don't know.
You have to unfocus your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. But Ned.
When are those gonna make a comeback?
And another thing with Ned's painting. Everybody laughs at him, including Loomer and the bullies.
Yeah,
but
they
also
just point and go,
you draw some puss. It's like, why is that funny? Why is that funny?
They said that too, verbatim.
I see tits on the paper.
That's what the skinhead guy said.
Yeah. I don't know what their problem is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very immature of them, and also, it's just not.
Yeah, so they also they try to do an art auction. That's the first thing they try to do. And that's when Ned is dressed up like the art teacher, but with the soul patch.
Because everybody that's in the audience, it's like a pathetic audience of like 6 people that is supposed to bid at this fucking stupid auction at a like cafeteria at a middle school.
Yeah.
And they're like, is the painter famous? And he's like, yes, the painter is Ned.
Yeah, he rips the sheet off of him.
And it's this little kid in a clearly disguised, like, he looks like he's in the Matrix.
Yeah, he's in a fucking disguise. It's sick. It's a sick disguise.
Yeah. And nobody buys it at that point. So
yeah, everybody passes. They all get up and leave.
Was it an auction just for that one painting?
Yes.
He really must have sold them some shit to get them in those seats.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, I've got an auction coming up. I'm gonna need. I'm looking out. I'm reaching out to my best clients. You know, I'm trying to.
He's hammered ass drunk when he's doing it.
Yeah, yeah. So you ever watch those TV shows where they're like flipping stuff? There's always the person that's the fixer person, and they always have to schmooze and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or you ever watch Storage Wars?
I hear a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah, that's a classic show.
Yeah, but Cookie fully gaslights the 6th graders into Stockholm syndrome. Like they become just, you know, they become.
It's unfortunate.
They get the slave mentality. They're like, I gotta work. I gotta. It's really. I mean, he kind of tricks them into like it's like they, you know, he's gaming their psychology, their little children mind.
Yeah, which is what he tells Mose too when she comes in and she's like how did you do this? She's like little boys, they just want to like
they want to accomplish tasks. They want to check the boxes.
That's not generally what they want to do. She's like they want to be like loud or some shit. I don't know
she comes in,
said.
she tries to liberate them. She's like, this isn't right.
She tries to liberate them.
Yeah.
But it kind of works because like I forget, he like picks one of the key bowls up and like drops it or some shit.
Well, yeah, there's a revolt, and it's a violent revolt. They basically trash all the key bowls. They have a key bowl fight. Yeah,
and they were nice key bowls. I mean, I probably wouldn't want one that looked like, you know, what they were doing.
Were they just throwing them each? They're gonna get fucking destroyed.
One kid,
they're gonna really hurt themselves.
He just took it and smashed it on the table.
He
like,
smashed
with his
it over a kid's head. The kid's like,
kid dies
out.
Oh shit, Palmernoid, you killed a kid.
Yeah.
The Noid Chronicles.
Yeah, Palmernoid, he's like from the Peaky Blinders. He's like, yeah. He's holding the shard of the broken key bowl.
It's got blood all over it. Palmernoid, what the fuck?
Yeah. He's not the same kid that was the British kid, though, right?
In what?
The little kid that used to be like, he's like from England, foreign exchange student. He wore the 3-piece suit.
No, that wasn't Palmernoid.
He was
I don't know what happened.
He was another small redheaded child.
I thought the kid from England had brown curly hair.
You might be right. He had redhead energy.
He did. Well, that's a fact.
There's a little part where Loomer is like doing the. I guess is he doing the monkey? He's doing like the fucking Johnny Bravo dance.
Yeah.
To like the Footloose song.
Yeah, you called it.
And also, I called it because the vibes of Mr. Wright, like being anti-art, is very much like Footloose, anti-dance. He's like, I'm glad that there's no, because coming ahead a little bit, we get the news break. Actually, no, it was going back a little bit. News break.
Yeah, news break. News break news. There was no channel or anything. It just said news break.
Yeah, it's just like an anchor with like his head is in the middle of the frame, so there's so much headroom. It's equal amounts on either side of.
Well, it's because they wanted to see the news break thing behind him.
Yeah, he's got a huge logo
it was sweet.
behind him.
Because it wasn't CG either. That was like a physical logo they built on set. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good set.
Really tight.
And he's like,
he reads the quotes verbatim when he talks about like Ned saying like, "Don't put this on the news." He says that.
Yeah, please don't quote me on this. And then we got the interview with Mr. Wright that says, "It makes me glad that art is no longer going to be part of the curriculum."
Yeah, that's such a fucked up
obscene shit like this fucking crass drawing from this little boy.
From this mop-headed tipster.
Yeah. This twisted tipster.
Have you seen Footloose?
No.
Me neither.
I don't think so. Not all the way through. I don't think so. I might have seen a play version of it. No.
You think so?
I think
you saw a play version of Footloose?
I think they did it one year at our high school.
Really?
I'm
I
pretty
couldn't.
sure.
What the fuck was the play that I saw there? I couldn't even tell you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Footloose though. I know like a little bit about it, but I feel like it's a movie I probably wouldn't like.
We get a little like, I guess it's a pep talk from the art teacher. He's like, true art should anger people.
Yeah.
And then Ned is like, okay, well, I definitely.
Well, it's
pissed off a
basically
lot of
like
people.
him constantly going to Ned and being like, "It's fine that you're getting in trouble." He's like, "That's just the way it is."
Yeah, he's
Which
like,
I feel like that's a good lesson. It's just kind of like it's gonna happen sometimes.
yeah. I mean, haters. What do they say?
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Exactly.
Haters will say it didn't happen.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly. That's a fact. I think that's what Ned needs to start living by.
I think you should
he's always so preoccupied with what people think.
Ned, I think, is the kind of guy that in 11th or 12th grade is gonna get haters. They hate us because they ain't us tattooed across his chest.
That'd be good.
His skinny, scrawny chest.
Oh yeah, dude.
But they have I guess what is it, an art exhibition?
They do, but before that, the art teacher hates Moses' art because at first she's just taking headshots of people, just smiling.
You're right.
He's like, "Children aren't this happy," and he rips it up in front of her face.
Yeah, that was crazy. He calls her out. He's like, "You're being too safe. You're being too safe as an artist," which is.
I mean, it wasn't art what she was doing. Like she was just taking headshots of people.
I mean, that's like a skill, and that's also probably more easy to
guess,
make
but it
money
didn't look
from.
good.
You're right.
It didn't look good.
You're right.
The flash was on, and it was like up against the lockers.
She's never done it before. You got to be fair.
I mean, I guess so.
He could offer her criticism like that, and that would be helpful.
Turn the flash off.
Instead, he tore the picture up in front of him.
And he said, "You need to take photos like real life.
You got to take, you got to fucking
real emotion."
Yeah, you got to be like, what's that guy from the 1900s that took the pictures of the child laborers, and like expose all that shit? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
You got to be like that. You got to expose the horrors of reality. So she takes a picture of Missy picking her nose.
Yeah, Loomer dancing. Is his name Curly? The guy that sews. They took a picture of the bully guy sewing.
Is it Crony or Spike? Buzz.
Oh, Crony.
It's Crony. He's Crony.
Buzz is the Crony. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Buzz is the guy with no hair.
Yeah, obviously buzz cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's where she enters her paparazzi phase.
Yeah, and everybody's pissed, and they chase her out of the art show thing.
It's understandable, like you said.
Money.
It's not. She should have seen it coming.
Yeah, you can't just put that shit up.
She should have tried.
She
should have done it anonymously. She should have done like a fucking what's that?
Banksy style.
Like that. Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty much all I have, except for the last thing, which is just that the naked lady ends up raising the $20,000 because the old ass lady from the art auction in the beginning of the episode comes back and auctions on it, or I guess just buys it straight up.
I think that she's buying it. She's donating that money to the school, obviously, and she's doing it.
Yeah, that's a write-off.
Exactly.
That's a write-off.
She didn't want to do it earlier because it would have been an auction. It wouldn't have been a tax write-off at that point.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
That lady's gaming the system.
It was all and she, just like Mr. Right, she waits until the right moment and then pounces and uses it to her most advantage.
Yeah. Mr. Wright pocketed that and then bought the art class 4 sketchbooks and called that
Mr. Wright,
$20,000 done.
Mr.
$20,000 done.
Yeah, he does. Sometimes he's a good person, but sometimes he's a little sinister.
That was definitely a sinister side of him. I don't think much of that went towards the art class.
He did. I think he followed most of the 48 laws of power that were applicable in this situation.
That's tight.
I don't know what you're rating this.
I think I'm gonna go with a clean 7 out of 10.
I wrote that down immediately right before you wrote.
Yeah, it's a 7 out of 10.
It's an easy 7.
Yeah. I think that
it's almost objectively a 7.
Yeah. It was good. You know, it was fine. I wasn't, wasn't pissed about it or anything. Yeah. So then the next half is Lost and Found. I think the stronger half.
It was more fun. There was more
There was funnier stuff happening in it.
Yes, and more of our favorite characters, Krubs and Gordy, involved.
Better plot lines. Yeah, well, Krubs always makes stuff better.
Krubs and Gordy.
Gordy was funny in this. He was good. Yeah, so Lost and Found. So it starts off with Ned and Mose trying to find shit in the Lost and Found. Don't know what Ned's looking for. But Mose is looking for a puppy bear.
Yeah, which apparently we're supposed to understand that she's been looking for this thing for years and years and years now, since she was a small girl.
It's never come up.
It's never come up. Yeah. She's not I gotta go search for puppy bear real quick.
And they even bring up the fact that every week the Lost and Found essentially gets dumped. Yeah. They purge it. Yeah. It's why are you still looking? What are you talking about, Mose?
Delusional. Maybe it's she had a dream about it one time and she's like, puppy bear.
Maybe. Why does she even want it? This destroyed ass bear?
I think it's it's just an element of closure for her psychologically. We know that she's got some sort of damage.
But Ned ends up finding a sick pair of sneakers signed by Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony. Do you know who Carmelo Anthony played for during this time? We should have looked that up.
I don't fucking know. Maybe the Lakers or some shit. I have no idea, dude. I don't watch basketball. Does he still play?
Is he still a basketball player?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I literally have no idea. I've heard the name, I think probably only because of this show.
Let's see. I'll Google it real quick. I'll Google Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, but Ned is holy shit. These are some hot sneaks. I got to take these. And then Krubs comes over. He's like, what are you doing, Big B? Not until 3 p.m. on Friday, which is 6 hours from now because it is Friday. And I don't know if this is posted anywhere. I don't know if they post.
Yeah, he's on the Lakers right now. Back then he was he was on the Denver Nuggets of all teams for 10 years.
That's a good team. What are you hating on him?
He's still playing. Does anyone know anything about the Nuggets?
I don't know anything about anything.
What a name. I love the name. That's a good name.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets is a good name.
He looks way older now. I mean, it makes sense. That was so long ago.
It's 15 years later.
He looks so
That's such a long time to be playing a sport.
Yeah, he looks so tired in the photo they have on Wikipedia. That's good. That's funny. All right, well, that's basketball for us.
But Ned's like, I'm going to boost these sneakers. And Krubs is like, not till 3 p.m. That's when it becomes open for lifting.
He is going to boost them. And this is almost the plot line from fucking Holes. I was saying this, I briefly mentioned it. Yeah. Because in Holes, Zero steals Sweet Feet's cleats from from the orphanage, and then he runs away, and then he ends up throwing him off the bridge, and it lands on Caveman, and that's why Caveman ends up going to Camp Green Lake. So it's pretty
a butterfly
similar.
effect.
There's some similarities there. Shout out Holes. What a slapper of a movie.
Very classic. John Voight. Yeah,
John Voight. Yeah, for sure, dude.
But
Big Voight energy.
We enter some tips. Ned is like, you got to prevent, losing stuff.
Obviously, he's like, write your name on everything, bitch.
Paramount number 1, don't leave your shit just around and stuff. Pay attention.
That's what I thought he was going to say when it first started. He was just, don't lose it.
Don't lose it. Keep your shit tight.
Don't lose it,
Act
idiot.
like you're in a third world country at all times. Yeah.
Start being all drift. Just looking around.
Someone's trying to steal your stuff at any given moment. It's true.
I mean, yeah, if you got some valuable ass shit, I mean, just look at, Ned trying to steal the Mellows, the Mellow Anthonys.
I mean, imagine going to a big, huge school in a big city. I mean, stuff's got to go missing all the time.
You think so? You think people are boosting stuff?
I think stuff gets misplaced.
Misplaced in quotes?
Yeah. Gordy, we find out Gordy is under the imprisonment / indentured servitude of Professor X.
He's on house arrest at the school. He can't leave the school. He's got a they call it a beeping friendship bracelet on his wrist.
Yeah, Professor Xavier, the Russian, the Euro-Russian
math teacher,
Eastern European math teacher, butch
advanced woman. Math, yeah.
She is the advanced math teacher.
She's not even that butch, really. She's just kind of eccentric.
She's aggressive.
Yeah, she is. Gordy doesn't want that love, though.
No, he's like a coyote. He's about ready to gnaw his arm off to get this thing off.
That'd be crazy, dude. He kind of almost does that when he ties his arm to a bus.
He's trying to rip his own arm off.
He lubes up his wrist and then just fucking gets yeeted.
It breaks his hand and
all his bones in his hand get shattered instantly.
That'd be
in
crazy.
A swift motion.
It comes off.
Yeah,
though.
they should have done it.
I think that there's a horror movie where something like that happens. Someone's like tied to chained to a radiator and they like break their hand.
What, like Saw?
It's like a Saw type of movie. I don't know.
Because don't they have to cut off like their leg in Saw or some shit?
It's a very Saw type of thing that happened. That's for sure. It's not my type of movie though. I don't like that shit.
I've seen Saw, the first one.
Yeah, Loomer's also a thief in this. Or actually, he's not.
We don't know.
He's not.
We don't know.
It's very.
He does say that he found it though. He says that he found it.
That's what a bully would say though.
That's what a thief would say.
Yeah, he's like I found this. But to his credit though, apparently, this is a very popular type of MP3 player. A lot of people have the same exact model, same color. No identifying features, no case.
It was like a Zune.
It was not a. It was off-brand as hell. Generic.
Yeah.
It's a generic MP3 player.
Yeah, it was just a thing. I like that they call it an MP3 player too. It's a very good throwback. It feels cozy, you know.
Yeah. The need for such a thing.
It was nice when you could just had this little device that had all your music on it. Now you have your phone.
I had a little thing. I had I know I had like a couple movies on it at one point.
Oh yeah.
And you'd watch that on this inch by inch screen.
Inch by inch. Yeah. My sister had a couple episodes of South Park on her on her iPod.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. The loss of Puppy Bear really scarred Mose and really damaged her, and I think stunted her growth as a person. Emotionally.
Yeah, you mean Like, I was gonna say she's pretty tall.
Not
you mean
physically.
Like psychologically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. She didn't make any. She has trouble making friends.
Maybe it's why she has trouble making friends because
she's not good at really expressing her feelings.
Puppy Bear, her first friend, she lost that friend, and she's probably afraid of losing her friends.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Susie nowhere to be seen in these episodes.
That's true. That's an interesting thing, and also no Twirly, also no Coconut Head.
No Coconut Head. No.
All the crew.
A little bit of Seth.
We get Seth action at the end of this episode, which also the hunt.
No, at the end of the last episode, because he had the mellows. We forgot to say his were the mellows. Oh no, wait, this episode.
This is Lost and Found.
Fuck.
And the entire episode, you are asking yourself, whose shoes are they really?
I guessed in the beginning, and you thought it was going to be a red herring.
I thought that it was too obvious that they would be Seth's shoes.
No, it just was that obvious. It was just, they were clearly his shoes. He's the only kid that likes basketball in the school.
Yeah, he's the only kid who's...
I don't even know why Ned wanted him. Like,
Ned likes basketball. Ned likes BMX. He likes these things like, he flirts with them, but he doesn't really... He's not passionate. He's fucking...
Well, because he's like... He's any kid USA, you know?
He's ebb and flow with the wind, he just fucking...
He had like a fucking NBA game on his PlayStation 2 or something.
He's got a guitar that hasn't been played in 2 years.
Yeah, like the one I used to have in my bedroom.
Like
that
the one
only
you had,
would
like
play.
the one Kedrick had.
Yeah. Well, Ked knew how to play the guitar.
No, he played it more. He did know how to play.
I didn't know how to play the guitar. I tried. I took guitar at school, and the fucking dog shit band teacher didn't know how to play the guitar.
You got school credit for it though.
For a semester, yeah.
There you go.
I would do the quizzes where it was just you play a song and I fucking wasn't playing the song. I would just like hammer away on it, and he was like, "That's a B. That's a B."
Yeah, we should get into maybe the best part of the episode, Cookie's arc.
It's good.
Cowboy Cookie makes his appearance.
It's a fantastic song.
For some reason,
he's scared that people are going to hear.
Well, hold up. For some reason, Cookie's been walking around or like has in his possession at school at any given moment an MP3 player with like this element of this artifact of his past that he's very mortified about. Why does he have this thing on him? Why does he have that MP3 file?
It should just be on the desktop.
Why does he have that file on the player?
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe, I think he jams to it. I think he likes it because he's afraid. He was bopping to it,
You're right. That's why it's a guilty pleasure. It's his own personal guilty pleasure. But yeah, it's Cowboy Cookie. Yippee yippee yeehaw.
Yeah, Cowboy Cookie. The ladies were living. Cowboy Cookie. Yippee yeehaw. It was something about bullies in the channel.
Bullies don't care. Yeah.
Something like
and there's a video. It's like an Old West set. That was another good set.
Really good set.
Zooms in on him and he's like,
yeah, he's got some sick Lenny Kravitz, more Lenny Kravitz glasses. He's got those on.
Very rhinestone country star outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, he throws the hat, points. There's just like a fake steer behind him.
And everybody's like he ends up going to Krubs. To jump ahead for a moment, he comes to Krubs and like plays him the song. He's like, "You gotta help me, Krubs." For some reason, he thinks Krubs is gonna help him. Krubs is like the least helpful person.
Krubs does not care about anyone other than himself.
It's true,
and that's been shown time and time again.
It's unbelievable that Cookie
he tried to frame Cookie for a murder.
Let's blame Cookie on the murder.
This was Cookie's fault, right? The classic.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But Cookie is he's just a fool, so he brings it to him. And yeah. But to jump back again, Ned finds out that, or he comes to the realization that Mose is not going to help him unless she gets closure with the puppy bear situation. So Ned,
Moses meanwhile putting up posters of like, "Are these your shoes?" Can't believe that.
She's really hardcore cock blocking Ned on these shoes.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
She's acting not like his friend.
Well, she's pissed about the puppy bear situation. She's taking out on Ned. She doesn't know how to have friends, you know?
It's true. I'm telling you. It really damaged her. But he goes on usetoyland.com, which is a crazy looking website.
It comes there in an instant. It's like better than Amazon. It's like the fucking drones that Amazon wants to do.
It didn't even look like a website. It looked like it was a desktop software program that was that thing. You know, did you see that computer screen?
I think I missed it.
Oh, you missed? Damn. We should have seen that, but
I didn't. Sometimes you're taking a note and you know.
It was crazy looking. But yeah, a guy comes up on like a bicycle, I think, and delivers it instantaneously. Maybe
even though his patches and shit was like Acme Deliveries or something like that.
True. I was going to say maybe
generic.
I was going to say maybe it was a local store. Maybe it was a local toy store that Ned was
could be. Definitely could be.
But then,
although Mose knew it off the top of her head when she saw it, because he tried to swindle her.
Yeah, she calls it out. She's like, "This ain't the real McCoy."
Yeah, but he also
she bites the coin. She's like, "This ain't gold."
He knows though that she's gonna have a keen eye though, because he tries to destroy it a little bit, and they play the music. You know?
Yeah, the grunge music that they play.
It's so good.
Yeah. He's power sanding the thing. He's grinding the face off.
It's in a vice.
Yeah. It was very aggressive.
That's some good shit. It was tight.
And then we come to this point where Cookie confronts, I guess, Loomer and the bullies. He's like, "This is my thing," and then Loomer's like, "No, this is my thing," and then Loomer's jamming to some industrial 9 Inch Nails type of music.
Yeah.
And with his voice, industrial metal beats. And
it was kind of sick.
Cookie's like, "Damn, I guess this vocals. Isn't my fucking MP3
player." Yeah. Because I guess he had Cowboy Cookie queued up or something. I don't fucking know.
It's the only song on the thing.
He just has it. He has it queued up at all times.
He's got no other songs on it.
It only holds one song.
No, it can hold 100 songs, but he's only got one song on it.
By this point, MP3s I think had moved past 100, right? They probably was at
that thing had
1,000.
That
maybe?
Thing had 1 megabyte of space on it.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Krubs is like, "I'll help you cook," to jump back to that story. And then he, basically puts a little announcement over the PA. He hits the PA button, boop. There's a MP3 player missing. Please.
But first they set it up where he doesn't hit the button.
That's right.
Cook has to tell him. So we know in our minds Krubs is not good with the PA.
He's not good with the PA. He doesn't know when the button's on. He doesn't know when the button's off. He doesn't know when it's rolling, when it's not rolling. Exactly. Yes. And then he put a little announcement out.
Yeah, and the Cookie or the Mose Ned situation continues to where Ned tackles her at one point, full in the air.
I'll say he does that multiple times.
He does do it multiple times, and then he eventually locks her in the purgatory room. But he locks them both in.
Yeah, this room has occurred before in an episode. It was the first episode with Principal Pal, where they lock the people in. They're guiding them.
Yeah, that's when he's the World War I soldier.
That's when he has full PTSD. That's right. And then this one,
and that's sad more than funny, I think.
He was he comes. I mean, he bounces back. If the chronology of the show is true, he bounces back.
It's not. Why was he the principal again? Why was he there? Because
he wasn't the principal.
Clearly,
he was like the chairman or something.
They call him Principal Pal.
Well, yeah, that's his name. You can't.
That's his first name is Principal.
When you're the president of the United States, you're always Mr. President.
That's true. They do call you Mr. President at all times, even during your lame duck period.
Yes, and but yeah, Ned pushes Mose into there. He's like, "Here, you bitch!" And then he also, because he's retarded, he also goes into the room and then closes the door, and he locks them both into the room.
He locks them both in, dude.
And so then they're
so sad.
Yeah, he's like, "Damn it! Now I'll never get the Carmelo Anthony sneakers." And then he goes, he's banging on the brick walls that surround them, and at some point he gets
because they're in a 5x5 square room.
Yeah, with no ceiling.
Yeah, it's just the sky.
It's open air.
I love that about that room. It's so funny.
When it rains, it just fills up with water.
It just fills. You can just float to the top. How does that fucking work? Where does the water go? They open the door and it all comes into the school. Whoa!
Yeah, they have to flood it out. But it's revealed that that's how you access Krubbs' personal lair. So the door flips around, and there's neon.
It's a bunch of just random shit in there. Yeah, the dope neon.
Yeah.
What did you call it at first? The Underground Flamingo Society or something?
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I love when they bust out of it too, because they find their shit there. They find the MP3 and they find Puppy Bear, and then they accidentally bust out somehow. And Krubbs is like, my lair!
They see Cookie, because Cookie's in Krubbs' office.
Yeah, Cookie's like...
Yeah,
he's like, what the hell?
So they lock eyes with Cook, and then they go into there, because it also connects, to Krubbs' office. The whole thing is underground connections.
You think that when the school was originally built, that that was just like a weird little hallway to that office, and it wasn't like because that little room could have been like a reception, and then the little.
I think there was a lot of construction work done by Krubbs' personal crew.
I think it was his personal crew that bricked it all off brick by brick. There's probably a person on the wall somewhere.
Someone might have died in the renovation. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to the Biltmore, they're like, yeah, someone in the pool there.
Died.
They fell into the empty concrete pool. You know, the pool that's like 10 feet deep?
Yeah. And they're like, listen.
Yeah. But Krubbs is like, you found my lair. And then he tries to, take the shit back. He's like, this is all mine now. And Moses is like, this is fucking Puppy Bear. He's like, all right, here. Take it.
Yeah, and then he wants to keep the MP3.
He tries to say, this is my MP3 player. Krubbs is the true thief.
Yeah. I mean, all that shit was stolen.
Well, I think he wrote that policy. The Friday at 3 p.m. everything can be purged and claimed by anybody. I think he came up with that.
He for sure did, because that's not how Lost and Founds. I don't think they work that way.
I don't think so. And also, is it posted anywhere? That's what I'm wondering. Like, there's no...
No one knows about the Lost and Found. Seth just found it at the very end.
He's like, I didn't even know there was a Lost and Found at the school. And if you...
He was like, what?
If you know there's a Lost and Found, you definitely don't know the rules of the Lost and Found.
No.
That's the fine
I don't think
print.
anyone does. Because Lost and Found's not anything you think about until you lose something that's valuable to you. You're not going to ever think about the Lost and Found before that.
Yeah, I mean,
Does every place even have a Lost and Found? I feel like some places just throw shit away.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. If you have enough foot traffic, you probably have a Lost and Found.
Yeah. Do workplaces have them?
If you give a fuck, some places probably don't care.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck do I want that for? Unless it's like a credit card or something. They're like, yeah, I'll give this back to the person.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think. You'd like to hope.
They pocket it. They fucking use their rewards on it.
They shred it down the shredder.
Yeah, fuck
just
this
for no,
person. Bitch.
just for no reason.
Just because they want to see it work on the shredder. They're like, I never used the card slot.
I want to make sure this still works.
But then he accidentally holds his hand down on the PA when they're testing this whole thing because they want to see whose MP3 this actually is.
Ned
and
is
then
like,
immediately
there's only
plays
one
the
way.
cowboy cookie. We're loving cowboy cookie. Yippee yippee yeehaw.
Obviously, yeah, that's the only way to verify whose pod it is. It's clearly Cookie's pod, but now the whole school has learned his secret that he was so hardly trying to keep secret.
Yeah, even though like I think that this could go platinum.
It's a slamming banger, and it jams.
It's great. It slaps, dude. But yeah, so then Cookie ends up having to get in disguise because Ned, when he thinks he gets the mellows at the end, Seth comes in. He ends up having to give him to Seth, even though he doesn't want to.
So Seth comes in.
Mello comes to him like an angel.
Yeah, well, Seth comes in at the last absolute possible moment. He's like,
after 3 p.m.
I've been looking for these sneakers, blah, blah, blah.
No, he hasn't. They're not his. I don't believe they're his.
And
I think the reaction at the end.
Yeah, Ned's holding him. He's like, and then Krubs is like, "You're too late, Seth, bud. Ned's got these now." And then that's when Carmelo appears again. He makes himself present.
Twice at the end.
Yes.
Because Ned doesn't get the reaction at first. When Ned first hears "do the right thing," he's like, "Okay," and he's like, "Sorry." He's like, "Sorry, Seth."
He's like, "Finders keepers."
Yeah. Idiot.
And then Seth is like, "I'm sad."
Yeah, I think he's faking big time.
It didn't seem like genuine emotion, but that might also be because he's a simple person.
Piss poor acting.
He's a bad actor. And then Ned is like, "All right, fine. I guess these are Seth's." Which also
they're not Seth's.
We don't see a receipt. I want to say Ned should be like, "All right, I'll give these to you if you could prove proof of purchase."
Yeah, definitely proof of purchase. Pull up the fucking, open your phone, dude. Show me the app.
I know your fucking mom has the receipt still.
Show me your fucking Wells Fargo account, bitch.
Yeah.
Show me your Coinbase.
But yeah, the Cookie disguise is comprised of a bunch of shit that was actually left over in the Lost and Found, which was like a wig, a fake mustache, a hairnet,
and a cafeteria uniform.
A cafeteria uniform, which is, I wonder what the story behind that is.
Yeah, who lost that and why and how? You know?
A cafeteria worker must have gotten naked.
They got completely naked and jumped into the beans.
Yeah, they
It's in the beans, baby.
They're like cooking the beans in like a pot large enough for a man to fall into. It's like an industrial.
And you can get into like a jacuzzi. You're just like, ah.
Yeah, and then it got too hot and he slid in.
He died in there. This doesn't look like pork. And then you just hear people screaming. An eyeball floats to the top of the beans.
Damn. Yeah, but he looked
That'd be
like
good.
It was a good look. He looked like I don't know what he looked like. It was a strange
He looked
look.
tight. He looked like he worked in like a prison cafeteria.
Yeah, because he had
the
long
fucking
hair.
Sweet shades on. He was like looking down on him.
He had
the long hair and the mustache.
Yeah, it was a crazy look.
But that's that episode. I think that's a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
I think it's a little bit better.
I think that's very fair, and
I could have even done an 8, but I went 7.5. You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a 7.75.
Nice.
Because I originally put 8, but I don't know if it's quite an 8.
Right on. I respect that. That's good.
But it was definitely better.
It was
than
a
the
funny
last
episode.
Yeah,
it for sure was better. Yeah. I feel like it might be also because I've seen that first half so many times.
True.
It's just like, I mean, I've seen this one obviously a bunch of times too, but it was fun because there was Krubs in it and the lair and the Gordy stuff. Oh, we didn't really even talk about the Gordy stuff. So like he eventually gets it off, right? Does he get it off? Well, we forgot about the hammer thing too.
Oh yeah.
So he throws, because he's trying to hit the hammer off. It hits his hand at one point too. He doesn't react to that.
Yeah, it looks like
and
a
then
real
he
hammer.
throws the hammer behind him because Xavier finds him in his janitor closet and is trying to chase after him because she says that she keeps the key on her person. And he's like, oh, on her person, yeah, classic. And then he runs off, but the hammer throws up behind him, and it hooks onto a shelf perfectly. Like,
yeah,
that's insane. What a cut. What a shot.
You could never replicate that.
No, never. It was the perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
I can't believe it happened.
And then what ended up happening to that? Did he get it off?
I don't even. For some reason,
that was the last time we saw them. No,
it couldn't have been.
It was, dude. They never showed them again. I swear.
I don't have another note with them.
I don't think it comes back up, which is weird. That's okay. So maybe that'll carry over sometime.
Hopefully, I mean, I always want more Gordy.
He still has it on. He's got like bags under his eyes. He like hasn't slept in weeks.
She's been torturing him
in the fucking Flamingo dungeon. But yeah, that's the episode. It was pretty decent, pretty solid. Not spooky themed at all for this month, but still a good one. Still worth a watch, I would say. I would say probably most Ned heads have seen this episode.
This is
all episodes.
It's a classic app. I mean, Cowboy Cookie.
Yeah.
The naked
great
lady.
Sets, excellent set work.
Yeah. Good little details like the little throwbacks, like the little the newscaster thing, the cookie, cowboy set, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we probably don't have much else to say at this point.
No, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at @harbor_boys. On our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/theharborboys. And
Apple
wherever
Podcasts,
you guys else listen
Spotify
to podcasts. Yeah. Give it some listens. Give it some streams. Show your friends. Show your family. Any other Ned heads in your life.
That's right. We stay Ned, so we don't
or
stay
we
dead.
stay dead.